Is the role of AI technology in music moving too fast? I recently talked with Emmy Award-winning composer and producer Cantor Santiago about why he thinks music and tech, they're not opposing forces, but linked and evolving together. Good morning, Lucas. I'm so excited to talk to you because it's going to be very reassuring. You're going to tell me how and why AI is not taking over the arts, right?
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me. And yeah, AI is not taking over the arts. It might enhance the arts. It's going to change the arts probably. More than anything, it might change the commerce of the arts, which can have a profound effect. But I think we're always going to have human artists and we're always going to have human musicians because there has yet been a technology that has changed that. And I don't think that this one is going to be any different.
That is reassuring because I feel like AI isn't really funny yet, so maybe it's not that great at writing music yet.
It's, it really depends what you mean by great. It can write music that sounds like music, which is actually a huge technical problem, and it's a huge technical solution that these brilliant engineers have come up with. But it turns out that our music needs to mean more to us than just just the very fact of its existence is not enough. It needs to mean something to us. And that meaning comes from context. It comes from the context of around our society, the context around our friendships, the context in which we hear the music. And that is not in principle replicatable by a machine.
Here's a tough question, okay, for somebody who has teenagers like I do. Is the music of the past better? Or are we somehow just glorifying the music that was important when we were coming up and our brains were like absorbing it?
At the risk of alienating your audience, the music of the past is not better. You just like it more because it's the music you grew up with. Music is constantly changing. And also, that's not a judgment. I like the music I grew up with, too. I, as a professional, have to continue to learn about new music. And sometimes the best I can do with a new piece of music is I think this is a good version of what it is. It might not be for me, but it's a good version of what it is. But music is constantly changing and constantly evolving. That is almost the definition of what the study of music and music history is a constant history of change. So remarking on that change and saying that you prefer one part of the history to another is kind of like remarking on the weather and saying you prefer yesterday's weather to today's.
But it was so much sunnier yesterday, Lucas.
I'm in Southern California, you're in Arizona. I guess the weather is not really an ever-changing thing for us, but...
Look, I know with what you do, technology's always been a part of it, right? There's always been technology involved in recording music as long as we've been recording music. So my question to you is, how is the role of the artist different right now when we're really in a time of burgeoning AI?
Well, the reason I wrote this book, and the subtitle is The Role of the Artist in the Age of Artificial Intelligence. And the reason I wrote this book is because I, after finishing Schubert's Unfinished Symphony with artificial intelligence, started thinking about questions about meaning and questions about why I was making music and why people made music in general and what is music. And I started thinking about these questions because I had to explain music to a machine in order to accomplish this goal. And I thought that exercise was important. It was something I didn't have to do before AI music existed. And it's something that I think all artists have to do today is understand what makes your art uniquely human, understand what it is about your art that people enjoy, what it is that you bring to it that no one else can bring to it. And I think these questions are more important now than ever. And that's why I discussed them at great length and thought about them deeply.
I agree, and I love your book for this reason. One of the works of art that you discuss, and I just want to end with this. Okay, so for years I've been listening to Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. I like the Jeff Buckley version myself, but I like all the versions. And I had really no idea because the context that we listen to it now is almost part of a sermon, it's evangelical, it's hallelujah. There's something like spiritual about it, but that wasn't the intent. So listen, we're a morning show. So as cleanly as you can discuss it, the intent that Leonard Cohen had when he wrote that wasn't exactly how the song is perceived now. And how important is the artist's intent?
Well, the artist's intent is not that important, as it turns out, to how a piece of music is perceived. It may be important to how it's created. It may be important to how it sounds. It may be important to the artist. But how it's perceived is entirely up to the listener and the audience. And in the case of Hallelujah, without spoiling a section of my book, if you're in church with your arm to the square saying Hallelujah and singing that Leonard Cohen song, just you should know that it was originally on an album called Various Positions. And Hallelujah doesn't mean so much God be praised as oh my God in the context of that song.
Thank you so much. It's so great to talk to you. Everybody get this book. Is it available now wherever books are sold?
Yeah, it's available on Amazon. It's available in bookstores. And yeah, I'd love for you to read it.
Thank you so much. And I'll never listen to Hallelujah the same.
Thanks so much.